Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on, you juggernauts? You illuminators, you observers, you participators, and you determinators. What's happening? You're powerful and unstoppable. You got it? Independently thinking 75 and a 55. So let's go. Boston C here. AboveTheSun.io, AboveTheSun.io. Follow us, subscribe. Weekly newsletter. Couple of calls on Friday. You got to follow us for that. It's all good. Usually do a little musing on markets and more, tweets and squeaks and blowhards and whistleblowers all across the globe. Thought I'd do a little quick read, something that's been helping me. Love reading, love books. Switch on Your Brain, Dr. Caroline Leaf. Switch on Your Brain, Dr. Caroline Leaf. She's got a podcast out there, really smart lady. So I'm just going to read real quick and we'll let you get back to your day. Today is what? June 15th. It's sunny where I'm at. Where you at? You're above the sun? Below the sun? Life's it's all about your four brains, actually. You got the head brain, the heart brain, the belly brain, the body brain. They all work together. Yeah. Well, let's see what Dr. Caroline has to say. The introduction is Switch on Your Brain with Hope. And we know that hope is not a wishing and a praying and sweating it out. We're not going to make it. No. Hope is a confident expectation of good, of a positive outcome, a desired outcome. Because you put the effort in the front end with imagination, desire, intention, and all that. But hope is a real deal. It's an amazing technology and energy, right? Because everything is alive, right? So here's the link science concept that Dr. Caroline Lee talks about on Switch on Your Brain with Hope. Thoughts are real. You listen. Twice as much as this. Thoughts are real. Physical things that occupy mental real estate. Moment by moment every day, you are changing the structure of your brain through your thinking. When we hope, it is an activity of the mind that changes the structure of our brain in a positive and normal direction. So Boston C, you're telling me that if I change the way I think, I can create my own reality and have, more positive outcomes? Yeah, it's that easy. Practice, practice, practice. It was only a few decades ago that scientists, including those who trained me, considered the brain to be a fixed and hardwired machine. This view saw the damaged brain as incurable. They believed brain damage was hopeless and untreatable, whether the effects were from stroke, cardiovascular event, traumatic brain injury, learning disabilities, traumas, PTSD, OCD, depression, anxiety, even aging. All of these causes and conditions were seen as largely irreversible. Well, guess what? We got news for you. Because this was the presiding view of the brain, I was trained back in the 80s to teach my patients compensation, not restoration of function. I was trained in the conventional wisdom of the time that said brain normality was an impossibility for those with mental limitations or brain damage of any kind. I was struck by how my patients, using the therapeutic techniques I was developing from my research, belied the negative picture conventional science presented of the human brain at the time. These results confirm that the brain, far from being fixed in toxicity, can change even in the most challenging neurological situations. Imagine that. Good to know. I was in awe of what each patient displayed in terms of what you can do when you set your mind to it. Each new scientific study in this direction confirmed what I knew intuitively. Your belly brain, down here, your gut. That's what it's there for. Listen to it. It's on your side. It's for you. It's not against you. Everybody good? You need a hug? All right, here's a hug. Feels good. All right. Each new scientific study in this direction confirmed what I knew intuitively to be true. We are not victims of our biology or circumstances. How we react to the events and circumstances of life can have an enormous impact on our mental and even physical health. As we think, we change the physical nature of our brain. As we consciously direct our thinking, we can wire out toxic patterns of thinking and replace them with healthy thoughts. New thought networks grow. I like that. Growing those networks like you're growing vegetables in the garden. I love it. We increase our intelligence and bring healing to our brains, minds, and physical bodies. That's right. Spirit, soul, and body all working together. Taking control of that deal, kicking out whatever's in you that doesn't need to be in there, dealing with your junk. It's all good. Loving yourself, right? Living above the sun with the one above the sun instead of the chaos below the sun. And then changing the atmosphere in and around your family, your friends, you. It's all good. I love it. I love it. It all starts in the realm of the mind with our ability to think and choose. Amazing technology. It is with our phenomenal minds that we understand the truths set down in our spirits. It is with our minds that we wire these truths into the brain. It takes about 21 days, I think she says. Right? So it's that consistent little bit every day, working on it every day to change your behavior. It is with our minds that we wire these truths into the brain, which is part of the body. It is with our minds that we choose to develop the spiritual part of who we are. It's all about choosing. Choose wisely and prosper. It is with our minds that we reject or believe lies. So, yeah, a lot of stuff going on below the sun, a lot of untruths. Got to do your own research. But yeah, you got to desire to not want to be deceived and to be lied to. Boston said, I don't like being lied to. I don't care what it, just don't lie to me. So I'm about the truth. Been like that since, I don't know, 7, 8, long time. It is with our minds that we can change the physical reality of the brain to reflect our choices. True. It is with our minds that we choose to follow lies and spiral into mental, physical, and spiritual disarray. Thought changes the structure of matter. Amazing. Neuroplasticity, by definition, means the brain is malleable and adaptable, changing moment by moment of every day. Scientists are finally beginning to see the brain as renewable characteristics. It is no longer viewed as a machine that is hardwired early in life, unable to adapt and wearing out with age. Lie, 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 lie. With example after fascinating example, exceptional scientists talk about and demonstrate using brain imaging techniques and the evidence of behavioral changes, how people can change their brains with their minds. Yeah, imagine that. We can see and measure the activity of the mind through the firing of neurons. We can even predict the seeming elusiveness of the main functions of the mind, that of thinking and choosing through quantum mechanics. I continue to find myself moving in a world of engrossing truths, and my spirit leaps inside of me. The fact that the brain is plastic and can actually be changed by the mind gives tangible hope to everyone. True. True. You listening? Thank you. No matter what the circumstance, not to say that it's not hard and the circumstance is not happening, but you can overcome that deal by choosing, making a decision. I have been privileged to work with and see. We're turning a corner. Take a one function break, put me on pause, whatever. It's all good. Not going to hurt my feelings. Autistic. Oh, wait, let me read that again. I have been privileged to work with and see. This is from Dr. Caroline Leafs and her studies and all of that. She's seen autistic children cope in academic and social environments, senior citizens sharpen their memories to the point that in their 80s, They change careers and obtain degrees. Young men and women who grew up in abject poverty and a lifestyle of selling and taking drugs to do a complete about face in their lives. Go back to school and become leaders in their communities. Car accident victims who had been written off by neurologists as vegetables retrain their brains to the point that they complete their schooling up to a tertiary level and go on to become successful, contributing citizens. Students labeled as learning disabled with years of therapy and no hope left, master learning and achieve grades they and their parents only dreamed of. Imagine that. Schools in some of the worst third world areas in Africa, in which students could not pass to the next level, become schools on the Minister of Education's most improved list. Children with dyslexia learn to read and write and even help their parents study for exams successfully. Suicidal and emotionally traumatized minds are set free. That's a big one. They were all big. Entire schools improve grades across core subjects, and the list goes on. Science is hovering on the precipice as we recognize the responsibility and the impact of our thinking and the resultant choices we make. Our lives are the sum of all our choices over an entire life. Is that not true? True. Which have ramifications right down to the ways in which the genes of our bodies express themselves. Almost done. How we think not only affects our spirit, soul, and body, but also people around us. That's right. You got that energy field, what I like to call the gray space, right? Instead of trying to fly out to outer space, why don't you fly into inner space? Start there. The Yeti. How we think not only affects our spirit, soul, and body, but also people around us. Science and scripture both show how the results of our decisions pass through the sperm and ova to the next 4 generations, profoundly affecting their choices and lifestyles. The science of epigenetics, big word, or the signals, including our thoughts, that affect the activity of our genes, explains how this plays out. That the brain is plastic and can be changed moment by moment by how we direct our thinking. In other words, the choices we make is a top idea on bestseller lists, and it actually is the key to switching on our brains. Add to this the fact that every morning when you wake up, love this, new baby nerve cells have been born while you were sleeping that are there at your disposal to be used in tearing down toxic thoughts and rebuilding healthy thoughts. The birth of these new baby nerve cells is called neurogenesis. Think about that. You got new baby nerve cells every morning? Nice. Love me that neurogenesis. Going to drink that every day. All right, last thing. Here I will lead you through a process of switching on your brain to achieve peak happiness, thinking, and health. I'm going to leave it there. Got to switch on your brain. Take responsibility for your thinking. Live above the sun. That's what a living above the sun is. Just thinking. Unplugging from what's below the sun, how you can make a difference. But you got to be above the sun, have that perspective. Right? Work on your stuff. Because it's not about you. It's about those around you. They need you. So there you go. Leave it at that. Boston C. We'll check in with you next time. In the meantime, stay in the way, stay in the path. Until next time, up and away. Boston C. Out.